about to save you 2 years worth of blood, sweat, and tears, 2 years worth of sleepless nights, and 2 years worth of agonizing over your YouTube channel. That's right. I have personally done the legwork for you, and I want to prevent you from making the same mistakes that I have made over the last 2 years that I have been here on YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and skip ahead, or if you want to come back to any of these chapters, I have put the timestamps here on the side. But let's go ahead and get into my 8 tips on what you should not do, things that you should absolutely avoid when it comes to your YouTube channel. These are going to be tips and tricks, both to work for the person that is new to YouTube or for the person who feels like they have a dead account and they need to get some revitalizing to their channel. Let's go ahead and hop into it. My name's Toni, and I have been creating YouTube videos the past 2 years. I started off doing makeup videos, and then I made a lot of mistakes that we'll get into, but I have been here for quite some time, and I've never had an issue with editing, never had an issue in the personality department either. But I have seemed to have had an issue with my videos getting into the appropriate audience. So let's go ahead and get into it. And by the way, obviously this is going to be a get ready with me because I am a makeup and beauty girly. That just is what it is. But I will not be sharing products because I want to keep the focus on the tips that I have today. But if you are interested in any of the makeup products that I am using, definitely check the description box below because I will have all of the links to the makeup that I'm using today. So first things first, you don't want to try too much at one time. I started off as a beauty girl. That was what I was interested in. That's still a part of me. Obviously, I'm doing this YouTube topic of discussion while doing my makeup. I didn't have a clear vision when I started off. I knew that I wanted to do makeup. That's all I knew. But quickly after getting into doing the makeup, I started getting other areas, other topics that came to mind that I wanted to start talking about. Instead of staying consistent with what I was doing, I started to try different things. Now, this is not a bad thing. Don't get it confused thinking that you can't try other video topics. However, from my experience and from what I have seen just researching other people's YouTube channels, things that are working, what are not working, I started realizing that the channels that were growing the best had a consistent theme across the board. So if makeup was the consistent theme, that person's every upload they had was makeup, something titled or tailored to makeup. Again, we all know that YouTube is all about search engine optimization. We want to have those keywords. We want to have things that are going to make that video populate in front of people. I wish I would have started with just one type of video. And here's the thing. I'll post some pictures on the screen. As you can see here, this video was one of the very first makeup videos that I did, maybe like the third one. That video had 1,000 views. My very next upload after that was a makeup video, but then I started to shift. Here's the problem. I had that makeup video that did 1,000 views, and then when I posted the next video did not perform so well. So instead of giving myself time to continue to stay with makeup type videos, I ended up changing directions and I started doing different topics. This is going to hurt you, okay? This is going to hurt you, especially in the beginning, because once that algorithm sees that traction is taking place in one area, they're going to want to continue to push in that area. If you upload a video that has nothing to do with makeup, it has, it's just in a completely different realm of things, it's going to confuse the algorithm. So take it from me. If you are starting off, or if you are somebody who is trying to revive your account and really push it in the right direction, find a consistent theme that you can stick with that is going to be something that you can do for a long period of time. That way you can actually give yourself the time frame that you need for those videos to be seen. If you don't want to technically call it a niche, find something that you hold value with. If makeup is something valuable to you and that's something that you can see yourself talking about for the next 2-3 months at a time, do that. If you want to focus on skincare, if you want to focus on blogging works in this realm of things. You just have to stay consistent with a clear title, keywords, and there you go. So number 2 on my list of things that you do not want to do when it pertains to trying to grow your YouTube channel this year in 2024 is you do not want to use super busy thumbnails. Now, this is a cliche one. I know people speak on this one a lot. Here is my perspective on it and what I have learned. If you have too much going on, like people are just like, oh no, I don't want it. I feel like the the thumbnails that you see that are a lot busier, those people have already established an audience that they can do that with. I have noticed that people who have newer channels and are actually growing and scaling have very simple, clean, basic thumbnails. And here is one other tip too. You definitely want to create some kind of consistency. You might want to consider creating a thumbnail that you can use consistently. I have been also noticing that if you have consistency across your YouTube thumbnails, people will begin to remember you a lot better that way. There's a girl in particular, I think I just recently gave her a follow. I cannot think of her name, but I will post her picture just so you guys can see. She has a very clean, basic thumbnail. A lot of her thumbnails are the same exact thing. It's her face, big bold letters in the back, smaller letters of font right here in the front that tell you exactly what that video is about. That's clean, that's legible, and she has that consistency across the YouTube thumbnails. That way people are beginning to remember her face, which means that as soon as they see that thumbnail pop up, they're like, oh, that's the girl I've been watching. Let me check out her video because she has a new one that, you know, has loaded onto YouTube. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you have to use the same exact font every single time for the next whatever your YouTube length is going to be. I'm not saying that. But again, if you want to build some kind of consistency, you want to start growing, you want to start scaling, you want to start doing these very little detailed type things that people can begin to associate to your channel. Next on my list, I definitely have to say relying on trends. This is something that you don't want to do, especially if you are trying to grow your channel. I'm not saying that trends cannot work, because they definitely can. And if you title it the right way and you take an idea that's maybe floating around on TikTok and you bring it to YouTube, you can strike gold in this area, and that can skyrocket your channel all up and through, okay? However, you don't want to always rely on trends because it takes away from you being able to trust your instinct. I myself have gone through this a lot with my channel. I started trying trends. I started trying everything that I saw that was working for everybody else. And then what I ended up doing was, once I started having ideas of my own, I started not to trust my instinct anymore. This is going to strip away your creativity. Once you don't have that creativity flowing, then your content dies down, and then all of those people that you were trying to work so hard for to get to see your content, now they're on to the next person who's on and popping. So what I want you guys to remember is that, yes, if you want to do a trend, do it because, you know, it might be something that you like. Maybe you want to test it out. However, don't heavily rely on trends during this process of you trying to grow and scale your YouTube channel. Number 4 on my list is you definitely don't want to go in blind. And what I mean by that is, we all know it's about search engine optimization. So that means that everything about your channel, you want to be optimized with keywords. I want you to consider using a service like TubeBuddy or vidIQ. Me personally, I like vidIQ better. I just feel like it's more user friendly, and you have a lot of different features that are on there that are going to help you to make sure that your videos are optimized. We are putting our best foot forward all of 2024. So again, you want to have services like that just because it's going to help you create better titles. It's going to help you make sure that you're using the right keywords. It's going to make sure that you are using keywords that are not too overly saturated. That way you have a better opportunity of getting your videos in front of the audience that you are trying to build. Now this next one is one that I want to spend a couple of minutes on, okay? And that is, for 2024, we no longer want to lack on our editing. Here's the thing, guys. We are no longer in the days where you can just post a video, do some talking, and somebody's gonna watch the whole thing. No, you wanna open that video up with some kind of graphic. Keep this in mind. TikTok, they say you have 3 seconds to hook that person in, right? YouTube, it's around 30 seconds. So within that 30 seconds, here's a structure that you could use. You could open up for maybe 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds, throw a graphics card in there at around 10 seconds. Some kind of something that can go across the screen. Change the colors. Do something so that you can draw that person in. If you want to add titling across all of your video that plays on the bottom in different colors, that's an option as well. All I'm saying is, with your editing, we don't want to do the basic editing anymore. We are not making videos anymore where we're just talking, doing a bunch of cuts and, you know, cuts and stops and cuts and stops, and then going on and loading it and saying, here we go. No. If you want to maximize that growth, if you want to get in front of a larger audience on YouTube, you have got to add a little bit extra on the editing. If nobody is staying on my video to watch the whole video, or if they're not getting to it at all because of the thumbnail, that's the problem. Nobody's opening the video, right? So that's why, again, you want to go back to making sure that those thumbnails are on point. But with those thumbnails, as soon as that person opens up that video, you want to hit the ground running. If you notice, a lot of videos don't have intro songs and things like that anymore. I used to use that. I scratched it. Why? Because if I'm utilizing 7 to 10 seconds playing an intro video that somebody cares nothing about, that's not going to make them want to stay on my video. I opened up this video and got straight to the point. Why? Because when somebody lands on this video, I want them to get all of the information. I don't really care if they like me or not like me at this point. I want them to get the information. If they get the information, they get the value. The value is what's going to bring the person back to my channel. And at that point, they can say, okay, maybe I do like this girl. Let me give her a subscribe or a follow or whatever. All I'm saying is spend some extra time with your editing. Take an editing class. Start playing around with things. I literally taught myself how to use Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere Pro. I taught myself Final Cut Pro last year because that was something that I wanted to teach myself. I had never used it. I've always through and through been an Adobe Premiere Pro girl, but I wanted to give myself just some extra editing on different software. So I taught myself that. Don't be afraid of doing that. Look at some YouTube videos. Start just going in there and playing around with different options within the apps. But like I said, spend some extra time. This is imperative to your YouTube growth because it's going to set you apart from being the amateur to the professional. And the people who are really watching YouTube and consuming one person's content, they like that they have a certain level of professionalism. I watch the people that I watch because of their professionalism, because of their editing, because of the attention to the meticulous details, right? Those are the things you want to start looking for. So spend extra time editing. I cannot stress this enough. I feel like it's going to give you your best foot forward for real for 2024 to level up your channel and grow your account. Number 6 on my list is you never want to work without a schedule. Nobody's watching you yet. That's okay. That's part of the process. Every person who started on YouTube did not have 10,000 people the second day they started. Okay? We all have to start from the bottom. Keeping a schedule is honestly one of the best things that I have done throughout this process. I never not once worked without a schedule, and it actually was very beneficial. One benefit too with posting with a schedule is the people who are showing up to watch your videos right now, they know when you're posting. And as your community grows, they're going to expect to see those videos on that schedule. So by creating a schedule early, you're going to give yourself all of that momentum across the time that you're building your platform so that those people know, okay, Toni, she shows up consistently on Wednesdays, and she also shows up consistently on Sundays. If I can get it out, because I'm just stumbling all over my words today. I think it was because I had the flu last week. I really do. I don't know what's going on up in here. It's just slop on up. Anyway, by posting and keeping that work schedule, you're going to give yourself a really good work-life balance as well. That was something that I majorly screwed up in when it came to building my YouTube channel. So my number 7 tip, in order to grow this year and really scale your channel, do not make assumptions. Every single video that I've made, I always attach some type of assumption behind it, thinking that, okay, this is it. This is going to be the video that does it. This thumbnail is amazing and it's just going to blow up. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Take it from me. Again, I have spent 2 years doing this, and I can tell you from experience, this is not the route that you want to take. Putting any kind of expectation on your videos is going to set you up to be let down. You don't know what video is going to do it. You don't know whether a video you posted last year is going to be the video that propels you forward this year. So all I'm saying is, when you work with an expectation and that video does not perform the way that you want it to, or the way you thought that it was going to perform, it's going to let you down. That is going to be an instant content killer. And that's not what you want for yourself. You definitely don't want to put yourself into a mind space where you're like, oh my gosh, am I even doing this right? What, should I be doing this at all? Maybe I need to quit. These are the kinds of thoughts that you are going to start having if you continue to put an expectation on your videos. So All I can tell you is that each and every video, give 10,000%. Even if, again, you haven't seen that big growth in your numbers and you're not seeing the, the watch time, the views and the likes that you want on all of your videos, do not slack off. Again, remember, we talked about making sure that you are doing amazing editing. There's no more subpar editing anymore. So we want to make sure that we're putting all of our energy and efforts into our videos, because whenever that big moment happens, guaranteed, all of the people are going to go and start watching all of those old videos that you had. So don't work with an expectation. Just remember to give 1,000% on every single video that you make. Once that video is loaded, be done with it. Don't sit and overanalyze and agonize over it, because it is going to just put you in a mind space that you don't want to be in. My last and final tip to you guys is this. It is to never, ever, ever prioritize anything over and above your mental and physical health. I, myself, within these last 2 years, spent a lot of that time prioritizing the growth of my YouTube channel over my mental health and my physical wellness. And this was something that it took me a lot. It took me a lot to bounce back from it, but I'm telling you guys from personal experience, it's never that serious. Your channel will grow, your channel will thrive, you'll continue to learn what is working, what's not working, and what you need to do moving forward. But this does not trump your physical and mental well-being. There were a lot of nights that I skipped dinner, I skipped eating, I skipped going and walking and going to the gym and all that, because I had to just figure out my YouTube channel. I had to figure out this video and why it didn't work and why it didn't perform, and it was all about the analytics. What I'm telling you guys is the analytics is important. It's going to tell you what's working and not working, yes, but you never want to stress so much over something that it's going to cause you, sadness in other areas of your life. And that was something that I experienced. So take it from me, it's gonna grow. Everything is all about timing. And I know for me personally, I don't know what your beliefs are, but I know that God is preparing me for my time. There were just other things that I had to learn during this process. So once I began to sit back and actually think about the reasons why this waiting season and waiting period are taking so long, I knew instantly the things that I needed to work on about myself. But like I said, that's a whole nother topic of discussion that we can get into another time, baby. But what I want you guys to take away, again, is to never prioritize your YouTube channel and the growth and the analytics and all of that over your mental and physical well-being. So I believe that with these 8 tips, it will honestly save you the 2 years that I have spent investing in my YouTube and trying to figure out what's working and what's not working, especially if you keep with that consistent theme. Just give it a solid 2 to 3 months, okay? Give it a solid 2 to 3 months. Do something very consistent with a very similar title, very similar thumbnail, and I guarantee that it will propel you forward. You will get in front of the audience that you are trying to reach. And like I said, if that account is dead or you're feeling like it's dead, it's not. You just have to figure out a way that it's going to work with you as far as what values that you are carrying at this point of your life. Turn those into videos and start building that YouTube channel. So I'm wishing you guys nothing but the best for 2024 when it comes to your YouTube growth, your personal brands, your development, whatever you got going on, baby. I am all for it and I want to see you succeed. That's why I went ahead and created this video, because I wanted to give you all that I have, everything that I've experienced, package it into one video and give it to you. That way you can learn from my mistakes, because I don't want you to have to wait 2 years and load 300 and something videos. I think this is probably going to be like 390 something videos once this one is loaded. But I want to save you guys all of the energy and efforts that I've had to go through, and hopefully give you guys an easier way of growing your channel for 2024. So don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below, tell me your favorite part, tell me if there's something maybe that I missed, and share it with the community so that we can all have excellent growth in 2024. I need to go ahead and get off of here, y'all, because I feel like I'm so sorry. I told y'all I had the flu last week. I have been stopping and starting this video to try to get these, try to get through all of this because I keep coughing. But anyway, let me go ahead and get off of here. Give me some hot tea or something hot, because baby. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, love. Bye.